00, and delighted to say that this week my live session guests making their return to the Quay sessions is Edinburgh band Broken Records, who've just released their new album, The Dreamless Sleep of the 1990s. I know it well. They join me in Studio One now. Welcome to you all.
Hey, Roddy.
Hey, Jamie Sutherland and band. Nice to have you back with us. It's been a while.
Thanks for having us. 5 years, I think.
5 years.
Long time.
In the blink of an eye. Tell us who's in the band. It's pretty much the same Broken Records that we had 5 years ago, but talk us through everyone that's in the room with you and any additions that may be there.
So we got my brother Rory Sutherland on the keys. We've got Craig Ross on the guitar, Andy Keeney on the drums. We got Clarissa B. Chung B on the bass, and we've got Ian Turnbull on the guitar. So it's the same five guys have been doing it for the best part of 15 years. And Clarissa.
Welcome to Clarissa, and welcome to you all once more, here to celebrate the release of The Dreamless Sleep of the 1990s. Always nice when an album is out in the world, isn't it, after all the work that goes into it?
It's been a lot of work. We've been sitting on it for a while. It feels amazing to have it out. Yeah,
we're going to talk all about it. It's your fifth record together, but let's get a song first. What are you going to play for us?
This is The Nighttime.
Amazing. There goes that Hammond organ. always the last to fade out. Broken Records and Nighttime, sounding magnificent, one and all. They join me live on the Quay sessions tonight. Jamie's changing over to his guitar as I speak. And Jamie, you're putting on the acoustic guitar as we speak. You've said about this record you wanted to make a quiet record, a late night record. Nighttime, not overly quiet, is it?
No, we kind of in 2018 we were doing What We Might Know, and we wanted to make that like a kind of, for us anyway, kind of a big pop party record, and I think we did a pretty good job of that. And then this one, we just kind of felt like we'd done that. We'd done kind of a lot of the big thrashy stuff, and we have a lot of fun doing that, and it's probably our sort of default setting. But we wanted to make something that was a bit quieter, a bit more considered, and less overdubs, more based around acoustic instrumentation, and less noise in the mix. Just sort of really focus on the core songwriting, and I think we're really happy with how this record came out. It's we all think it's the best one we've done. So yeah,
I mean that's a good place to be when you're releasing a new album. You have to think it's the best thing you've done, and obviously. We're going to hear these moments, these kind of quieter, more gentle moments. Do you think you were chasing a different sound? Was it just led by, dictated by the songs you were writing?
Yeah, I think we were sort of talking about this a little bit before, but it's when we were writing the songs in 2019, this was kind of where we wanted to go with it. And the last record, we had a kind of, it sounds... Maybe it doesn't sound smarter than it is. I kind of wanted to make a record that was a bit sort of meta in regards to a lot of us had just had kids, and I wanted to make a record that sounded like this kind of things that I heard in the car when I was a kid. So even to the point of having Please Don't You Forget About Me as there's the hook line in the last song. It's kind of like
a classic.
Yeah, no, and it's it's all we kind of put a lot of those Easter eggs into that record, and then when we were doing this one, it was more just the idea of trying to document a stage of life. I think you can kind of you can keep perpetually chasing being young, or you can just accept the fact that whereas you're not old, you're at a different stage and you've got different stories to tell. And I think we kind of wanted to embrace that a little bit.
You're in the in-between. Totally. It's a fool's game to chase being young. We all know that. But I think what's interesting for me about this album is it's brimming with big themes. It's life, death, nostalgia, everything in between.
Yeah.
So is it for you a reflective record about looking back, do you think?
I think so. I think, actually when the lyrics were being written and we were putting the record together was during the pandemic, and whereas everybody has a pandemic record, I think we were on this course anyway, but there was just a lot of worry. And I think, but a lot of joy as well, and a lot of being able to spend, time with family and kids and things like that in that period. So, and also just, trying to pick out where we're kind of going next with it. I kind of feel like this is maybe for us a bit of a signal record, and we're kind of, this is kind of, it feels like both the end and the start of what we've been doing for the last 13, 14 years on record,
Well, a long time spent together as a band. You mentioned the family angle, and life has changed for a lot of you in the band. You've had kids, something I relate to. I was telling you earlier on, I'm deep in the sleepless land now, the dreamless sleep, because I have a 7-week-old young son at home, so it's it's a beautiful time, but it changes your perspective as well. So it's interesting that you've all gone through that together, or a lot of you have in the band. How has that changed things other than being late for rehearsals all the time?
That basically, no. This this band has had ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, but we just acknowledge that it's family now. We don't question rocking up to practice on a Monday or a Wednesday. It's just kind of what we do.
Yeah,
and it's fun to do. So for as long as we can do it, we'll do it.
Do you still do that as a band? Do you still have regimented times where you meet and you rehearse
every Wednesday night? So we try and
in Edinburgh.
Yeah. Craig's runs the Depot Studios down there. It's a little rehearsal space and recording space. So
it's a great thing. It's your little sanctuary, isn't it?
Totally. And we've just about got a PA that works now, so which helps us. We're just kind of, as I said, it's just, I think we kind of realise that there are a few tangible things that you can hand over at the end of all this, and the band's back catalogue is one of those. Might not be worth that much, but
don't say that.
But when you're when you can hand it over and you can kind of say like, what did you do? We can point to that and go, we did that.
It's worth everything. It's a legacy, and I think it's very important. This intriguing title then, The Dreamless Sleep of the 1990s, I know this is the song you're going to play for us next.
Yeah.
Tell me what it means to you, why it felt like the right title for the record.
Just COVID. I was having really pronounced, again, it sounds dramatic, like sort of really vivid fever dreams of like, and I think it was an anxiety thing or a worry thing, but you just imagining your childhood in the 90s, and and the record, again, we were going in that direction anyway, but was framed by a lot of those kind of REM was a staple in my head, listening to a lot of this stuff, that great run of records from Out of Time through to New Adventures in Hi-Fi. And just sort of, it's not a love letter to those records, they've always been in the things that we've done, but it felt like, again, sort of wanting to go back a little bit, but also trying to make something that you can imagine in the future. So it was, and I think a lot of people had similar experiences of that during the pandemic. But this is a worry song.
That makes a lot of sense for me, and there's a kind of melancholy that hangs over the new record in the same way that these great REM records have it. But looking forward as well, as you say, so we're going to hear it now. We're delighted to have Broken Records live in session on the Quay Sessions. Here's the title track from the new album, The Dreamless Sleep of the 1990s.
Everybody knows this world is ending. I just wish we could stop pretending. Kids are awake and they don't know or care. Smother them in love and offer joy. Try not to cut yourself on everything you feel. Try not to cut yourself on everything you feel. And hold your breath.
It's beautiful stuff. What an amazing performance of the Dreamless Sleep of the 1990s. The title track from the new album, courtesy of Broken Records, who are my guests tonight on the Quay Sessions. Jamie and band, thank you so much for being with us. Magic to have you here. We're going to see you in the second hour of the show.
Yes.
Amazing. Though this is an older one from the back catalogue, isn't it?
Yeah, this is off of Let Me Come Home. This is the Motorcycle Boy Reigns.
Brilliant.
You sing yourself to sleep, 'cause we don't know your name. To the ocean we will go, if the land won't stop us first. So peace yourself alive from the threads you could have been, and know of all the things we've done. It doesn't seem good enough. The quickening of time, and is there something else for us, or a line we'll never cross? So we sing at the song that we
Broken Records, The Motorcycle Boy Reigns, performed live on the Quay Sessions, and delighted to have you all with us as our very special guests tonight. Jamie, you've been together since 2006. You're now 5 albums in, I think I'm right in saying.
That's right.
You mentioned earlier in the first hour of the show that you've had loads of ups and downs, as you know, most independent bands kind of do together. What do you think it is that keeps pushing you forward, giving you that drive to make music together?
I think you hit the nail on the head earlier. Like every band thinks their new record's the best. I think if we were getting worse, we'd stop. There are so many conflicting things and interests, and and it's just I don't know. I kind of, do you tell yourself that it's the only thing you can do because it's the only thing you've ever wanted to do, or at what point is it compulsive?
Yeah,
I think we question quite a lot whether or not it's just self-indulgent to keep it going. But I think we always end up coming back to the question of like, it's valid. Like the band's good. We and that's not like sort of self-realization. We're just kind of when we play and we're all in a room together and something happens, it just gets you back. You can play terribly for 2 hours, and then the last song you play before packing up gets you back the next Wednesday.
It's a cruel mistress.
Absolutely. You're never going to leave it.
I guess the only question you should really be asking yourself is, are you still enjoying it after all these years? Do you still get the same kick out of it? Are you still chasing that perfect song, that perfect record?
Oh, totally. And we were talk about this quite a lot in terms of it. Just it gives you a chance to. Some people have, their Monday night football, or whatever. It gives you a chance to dream, doesn't it? So it's when you're putting these songs out, and it's an opportunity to be bigger than yourself for a while. And I think that's the thing that keeps people coming back. It's not necessarily the shows, but it's the potential for other lives that music can take you to. Not that anyone's unhappy with what they have, but it's
absolutely. Talking of that bigger thing, the music you make has that big, expansive, widescreen thing. A lot of American influences, of course. We're all influenced by great American bands. You mentioned REM. I know Springsteen's a touchstone reference, but it's always strikes me that it's always through a very kind of Scottish lens. There is something just, identifiably Scottish about the music you make, mixed in with all these other references.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's quite a lot made in the late 80s, early 90s. Edinburgh particularly has always had quite strong links to Seattle and a lot of American music over there. And I think English music is very and quite rightly, there's a lot of great music, is very in love with its own specific English heritage. Whereas I think Scottish music and American music, we've always looked elsewhere. So we haven't looked south, we've looked across the Atlantic, and I think we just sort of carried on in that tradition. A lot of our friends do similar things. I think there's just something bigger.
There's a romanticism
totally.
to it in a lot of ways. But, doing your thing as an independent band, we know that there's the connection with 4AD, of course, but on this record, you received some funding from Creative Scotland to make the album, and I wondered how important that is for a band who are ostensibly independent, trying to make albums still in the right way. Yeah,
it's essential. I mean, we couldn't do it without Creative Scotland. I know most of the Scottish music industry couldn't do it without Creative Scotland funding. Who have sort of essentially, with those avenues, stepped in to provide, funding and infrastructure where the bottom has dropped out of the industry.
Yeah.
I guess the question would be, keep funding Scottish musicians and artists. I know there's been another round of cuts happening, which everyone is sort of up in arms about, and it's scandalous. But you have to protect Scotland's cultural heritage, and that's living as much as the tourist stuff.
Yeah.
But
very, very important.
Also, if you can't fund it, then tackle the reason why Scottish musicians can't make money out of their music. So do one or the other.
I think just so important to give bands and artists that experience of going into studios and working with mixers and producers and that kind of thing, because that's vital and it's valuable experience as a musician.
Absolutely. We've got a great team. Gary Boyle at Slate Room Studios, who's an extra member of this band, and he's done a bunch of solo records with me as well. And Tony Dugan at Castle of Doom Studios. So this is our third one with Tony.
Yeah, the legend that is.
He's a good friend of ours and hugely supportive of the band. So
a great track record as well. And heading out on the road, a bunch of shows happening this month. Is it good to get a run of shows? You're starting in Edinburgh and then down to London, then back up to Scotland for shows in Dundee, Aberdeen and Stirling.
Yeah, I think so. We're trying to... I mean, obviously, other life commitments that run alongside it. So
Yeah.
we try and keep everything in house. In regards to the label and bookings and everything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, we look at long weekends, and I think there's going to be more next year as well.
Yeah,
but
strategic planning. That's
Yeah.
what has to happen.
I think so.
It's the right way to do it, and great to see you back out on the road. So it's the 19th of October at the Voodoo Rooms in Edinburgh,
That's right.
down in London for anyone who may be listening, south of the border, at the Lexington on the 20th, the 26th at the Beat Generator in Dundee, Tunnels in Aberdeen on the 27th, and then Tolbooth Stirling on the 28th. We have you here, though, to play live for us before that all happens. So you're going to give us one final song, Broken Records. Tell us what it's going to be.
This is It Love You're Looking For? This is our Saturday night headline festival, big fireworks number. So here you go.
Perfect.
Here's for you.
Tear my love, throw it in the air. Broken bones spattered everywhere. Tie my tongue in knots and hold my head. 'Cause I'm not here for dying. I was left riddled by the sea. Be my love and be it, let it be. Tell me things, secrets you can't say. Be they truth or lies, I have them anyway. If the feeling feels like it is past, know that what we built was never meant to last. Tell me, is it love you're looking for? Tell me, is it love you're looking for? Did I write your dreams down right? I try to capture every thought, every shred of light, every scared thought, a proposition made, all that time lost, we'll never see again. Well, I held you once, did I hold the rest? Well, I held you once, did I get your best? Did you ever wanna be with me? It's a simple question. Tell me what you see. If the feeling feels like it is past, know that what we built was never meant to last. And tell me, is it love you're looking for? Tell me, is it love you're looking for? Tell me, is it love you're looking for? Tell me, is it love you're looking for?
It's the big ending we were hoping, praying, wishing for. Broken Records, is it love you're looking for? And just what a treat, a pleasure to have you with us. Lovely to have you back with us. Good luck with the tour. The new album, The Dreamless Sleep of the 1990s, is out now. Broken Records, Jamie, everyone in that room, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us, mate.
Yeah, we're going to see you somewhere down the road, but safe journey back to Edinburgh tonight for you.
Back to Edinburgh and all sorts. We'd like to say a huge thanks to your team who've looked after us so well today. So thank you very much.
And so say all of us. Okay, safe journey home, back to your families, back to your homes, and we can see you out on the road towards the end of the month. Thanks again, guys. And ladies, of course. The Great Broken Records playing live for us on the Quay Sessions. And those dates start on the 19th of October in Edinburgh and run all the way through until the 28th in Stirling.